The Ring Fanatics Podcast, episode number 40. I am Nick, your host. With me, as always, my co-host Joel. Continue on supporting the podcast in any way you can. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Give this episode a like and a comment. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and follow us on Spotify as well. If you're listening to this on Spotify, if you are listening to us on Spotify, go follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you aren't already. The more subscribers we have, the better. Today in this episode, before we even get to the topic, I just want to shout out the OG Fig Kid Thomas who appeared on an episode last week. Thank you, Thomas, for coming on last week. We had a great time, good conversation, great guy. So thank you, Thomas, for coming on last week. Basically, what we're going to talk about this week, I wanted to talk about it last week, but we did Hell in a Cell predictions. I just want to kind of talk about NXT Takeover in your house, and both NXT episodes that happened since, and might wrap it up with Hell in a Cell thoughts and recap that as well, just to get that out of the way. I was going to make that a Patreon episode, but we were going to do a half hour of both, but might as well make it into an episode. That's why we're doing it now. So yeah, Takeover in your house happened not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before. And what were your thoughts on that Takeover? Was it a 5-star rating, 10-star, whatever you want to put it?
I'll rate it out of 10. I would give it a cool 7.
7? Okay.
I'll give it a cool 7. It wasn't like wasn't one of those takeovers that blow me away. You know what I mean? It did have good matches, not trying to take nothing away from it. But yeah, I'll give it a 7. How about you?
I was gonna say 7.5, 8-ish. I mean,
okay.
Again, like I agree with you on that part. I didn't really take anything away. I didn't really take anything away from it.
Yeah, there wasn't anything bad about it.
Yeah.
Just little things that I felt like should have
like what
happened, like the ladder match. I don't think
you thought Grimes should have won. You thought Grimes should have won that one?
I'm not a big LA Knight guy. I feel like well, I guess they needed to put something on him to help him get over. I guess Grimes is already a little over.
I thought they put it on the right guy. I feel like
so?
Yeah, because I think the importance of, not the importance, but the kind of the idea of having the $1 million championship, obviously is Ted DiBiase's belt that he made, but I think he kind of resembles that same type of arrogance that he has as Ted DiBiase used to have.
Yeah,
so I guess they wanted someone kind of like similar to Ted DiBiase, having that same, like I don't want to say modern day Ted DiBiase, but like kind of
have the same attitude.
Exactly. Yeah. To kind of give it the same feeling that we all had not we, because I wasn't around, but back then, fans did. So
I can feel you on that. I think Cameron Grimes is great. I think he's entertaining. Yeah. I think he would have done very well if you put the belt on him.
I think
he's a very entertaining guy.
I think they will eventually. Yeah, I think eventually they're gonna make Ted DiBiase, LA Knight, keep it for a little bit longer. Maybe either at Great American Bash or maybe even the next Takeover, they'll have a rematch for the title.
Yeah,
and then maybe Cameron Grimes wins it then. Who knows?
Yeah,
but I feel like they will have bigger plans with LA Knight more than Cameron Grimes.
I think so.
I think so. I think they might do. I don't know if this is true or not. I saw it on Twitter. I don't believe everything I see on there, but apparently, like, they're planning on having LA Knight kind of have his own type of Virgil, like someone similar to the Virgil character to kind of accompany LA Knight to the ring.
Okay.
To give that same feel. I don't know who it would be, but I think I think they're trying to give him that championship to, like you said, get him over a little bit and maybe add on to it more. So I think that's what they're planning on doing with that first, and then eventually I feel they're gonna give it to Cameron Grimes.
I feel you. When he won it, I wanted Cameron to win, but I was like, I understand because like he hasn't been doing a lot LA Knight. Like,
yeah,
he doesn't really have a lot. Like, they're trying to show his personality, but like we don't know much about him, and like people still aren't sold on him. So
yeah,
you needed to put the belt on him to kind of sell him to people, kind of be like, this is the guy we're going with.
I think it's because like they kind of rushed him into going to NXT. Yeah, people might know
Yeah,
him a lot in the indies as Eli Drake,
Eli Drake. Yeah, which
but
was I thought was a great character.
yeah,
But
is it
Eli
the same
Drake.
character? Isn't it the same thing basically? It's
Yeah,
a different name.
yeah. I think I don't know what it is about it though that I just feel like it's not the same.
It's because it's a different. He's going by LA Knight, I think. Just because it's a
Maybe.
different name, I think people are getting a different perspective on him. I guess.
Yeah, but it's
But
kind of, but that is true. It kind of is the same character. But then again, I wasn't the biggest Eli Drake fan. Like I understood it, I liked it, but it wasn't like, yeah, let's push him all the way to the moon. Like it was like,
yeah,
oh, it's Eli
I think
Drake.
it's
Like he
because
has
they
good
kind of.
matches.
I think that he's kind of like they. I remember it was. I think it was a Vengeance Day takeover. They just threw him in there.
That he showed up on the pre-show, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think they
And
just
then they
threw him in
showed him
there.
on the pre-show, not even like on the main show.
Exactly. I
Because
think they didn't do anything. I think they would have been better off getting him over by doing like vignettes for him or something to hype him
yeah,
up. Because
yeah, because
they did it kind of with Frankie Monet with Taya Valkyrie, but they
yeah,
didn't really do it much with Knight. So I think that's where they kind of messed up. Not say messed up, but like, kind of went wrong with it.
yeah, they dropped the ball
Um,
on that move.
yeah,
Like they should have done that. Because like again, you since there's no crowds and social distancing and everything, can't really show people in the crowd anymore. That was the big
yeah,
NXT thing,
yeah.
show
That is
people in
true.
the
Yeah,
crowd. So I guess they had to try and make some impact. So they were like, hey, why not the pre-show? I don't know why they thought the pre-show. Maybe you could have done something at the beginning of the pay-per-view where you just go to somebody. Maybe I forgot who he cut off.
I think it was Wade Barrett, maybe one of the guys there. There was some
Okay.
type of pre-show thing.
Yeah, you just put somebody there, like put a Sam Roberts there, just have him go down the card, and he's like, "Oh, this is happening tonight. This is the next match. Main event is this," and then just have him cut him off at the beginning of the pay per view. That really shows, wow, okay, you're doing this on a pay per view. You really must see something in this guy that you're
Yeah,
having him interrupt the beginning of the pay per view to
yeah.
introduce himself.
I mean, I think they should have just. I remember what they used to do would just randomly just have superstars debut after a match, attacking somebody or
Yeah,
something. Even that would have been
they
fine.
could have done
But
that.
and
Yeah,
then because people recognize the face, so that's not like a way where like people would be like, because if you just like they did, but him cutting off someone in the pre-show, it's just okay. Who was this guy just randomly
yeah,
showing up? But if you just have someone like attacking a superstar, like what Adam Cole did, people, even though they did show him in the beginning of that takeover when he debuted, but when he attacked Drew McIntyre, people knew who
yeah.
Adam Cole was. You
I
didn't need
guess
to know
same.
his personality, but you just needed to know that was Adam Cole. The same
Yeah,
thing with him. Like this, you just have Eli Drake just randomly show up. You know the face, but you don't know anything else beside him. And then now
yeah,
you got to wait until NXT to kind of see how they built him up to kind of
yeah.
introduce him to the WWE universe.
I feel you. I think they also had to do that, have him cut a promo also because they changed his name.
Yeah.
Because at least if he would have ran in and attacked somebody, oh, that's Eli Drake. You're not gonna be like, oh, that's LA Knight, and then be like,
Who? Oh,
who?
yeah, is that the same
Because
guy, by the way?
I remember watching the promo. He cut it, and then he said, "You're gonna remember the name LA Knight," and I said, "Ooh,
Ooh, no.
ooh,
Yeah. I mean,
LA
it's
Knight,
kind of catchy,
really?"
but at first I was like, I don't know about the name.
First thing
It's
I thought of, I was like, "Isn't that like a hockey team? The Knights?
no, isn't it? I think it's Golden.
Isn't it?
Isn't it? Let me
But
check.
isn't it the Knights a hockey team?
I think it's the
Or
Las
am I bugging?
Vegas. I think it's the Las Vegas. Hold on. L.
I know there's something Knights, right? Am I bugging or not? I
I
feel
think
like,
you're.
and I think they're in the playoffs right now.
Hold
Or
on.
are
Let
they
me check.
something else? Let me see.
It's Las Vegas. It's Las Vegas.
But still Knights, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
But that was the first thing
Golden Knights. Golden
yeah, that was the
Knights.
first thing I thought of. I said, ooh, that sounds
Yeah.
like a hockey team.
Yeah.
And then they
I
were
had
like, oh yeah, LA Knight. And then I was like, okay,
the
maybe it
initials.
stands for something.
Yeah. But then no, they just
They
kept it LA
haven't
Knight.
said nothing. Yeah, like
That's same. Like, that's also why I mentioned before. It's the same character with Eli Drake when he does the pointing thing.
yeah,
It's the same syllables.
yeah,
Eli Drake, LA Knight, the same syllables.
yeah.
So I think they were trying to go for that, but then couldn't think of anything else. I mean,
Could I just try by the name Eli Drake?
I know, I know. It was. I mean, it's like I said. It feels like the same character. I don't know, but
Yeah, and he can't say Sean Ricker. You know what I mean? Like it's his
yeah,
real name. It's weird.
yeah. So what else on Takeover that you kind of liked? Didn't like?
I love the main event.
Oh hell yeah,
I
hell yeah.
know people were didn't like it. I know people said
It was a great match, amazing match.
Cross got exposed
What do you mean?
because he was on the outside of the ring, and he, if you watch the match again, I watched it again. He really didn't do much throughout the match. But if you think about it, he wasn't in the storyline. If you think about it, the storyline was really going in was Adam Cole and O'Reilly and Gargano and Dunn and Cross a little bit. Cross was only in the storyline a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was
Like
just
the
basically them four
Yeah, it was
feuding,
them
and
four,
then
and then Cross just had the title, so it was like, all right, they're gonna feud with him.
yeah,
So like, I feel that's why he wasn't doing much because he wasn't really part of the
the storyline. Yeah,
storylines.
I
You
I,
know what
I
I
could
mean?
see that.
So
Yeah,
I don't know why people are saying exposed. I think Karrion Cross is great in the ring.
yeah. I think it
I've
was just
watched him
fine the
in
way it
the
was.
Indies. In Impact, he did his thing. I think he's great.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna now with all the rumors going around with what he's doing and he's showing up on main event. That's a little too quick for me, but I get it. Um, with how the landscape is in WWE. I mean,
I
with
mean
them
it's
them focusing on viewers, they want to get new bodies in so that it could cause interest. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
going back to the match, I don't think Cross was exposed. I think it was just that he didn't really have much of a storyline. So it was like, so the idea of the match was, hey, let's get the big guy down and work on our feud. That's how I
yeah.
took it. And the ending, wow, what a finish. What a finish. And shout out to the camera work where you just saw him just grab Kyle O'Reilly's head and just, it was
Yeah, yeah,
amazing. It
it
was
was.
amazing.
It was.
Um, for a moment, I thought O'Reilly had it.
I know. I was like, oh
I
shit. I thought Adam
I
Cole was gonna
thought
get back. I
I
thought
thought
Adam Cole.
I thought Cole was gonna tap before O'Reilly went to sleep,
Yeah,
and then that was
yeah,
gonna be the feud Cross and O'Reilly. But I love how it ended.
yeah. It was great. The opening match, a 6-man tag between the tag team and
Yes,
Bronson Reed. That was awesome.
that was a
Um,
dope match.
oh,
Yeah,
what had me weak? Like I love Santos Escobar, but when he got fucking crushed to the fucking
oh yeah,
barricade, I started
yeah,
dying, man. That was like out
yeah.
of fucking nowhere. They just randomly got rammed through the barricade.
No, yeah,
But
I
it was
like
it was a cool angle because you didn't really see it coming. It was like he just saw him holding the belt, and then all of a sudden, just Bronson Reed just comes through and just fucking rams him over.
facts.
But it was a great match. It was a great opening match. I feel like that was like the second best match of the night. It was up there, I would
You
say.
could even put it up there
Yeah,
in match of the night.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
it was great. It was amazing. They all three of them have great chemistry. I feel like MSK and Legado, the Phantasma, have great chemistry. And I
yeah,
feel
I
like they
think
should have. I feel like they should have won it, but I guess like they're still waiting to build up. Um, they're trying to continue the let's push Santos Escobar by himself first. Maybe have him win the title off of Bronson before the other two win the tag titles. And then eventually, I feel like eventually they'll have the three belts together. But I think, like I said, they're probably
yeah,
waiting till Santos wins it first, so he can have the still stardom power by himself. Then eventually have the tag team belts with the group.
yeah, that's true. That actually makes sense for all of them to hold it all together.
I would
I
do that. I
can't.
would put that.
Yeah, I'm not against that. That's actually a dope. I thought it was gonna happen when Santos had the cruiserweight title. I thought that's
Yeah.
when that was gonna happen, but I
But
guess
now Thatcher and Ciampa are now going for the belts at Great American Bash.
yeah.
I still don't like
Which
them as a team. I don't know
why
what
not?
about you. I don't know. They're great together, yes, but like I don't know. For some I don't know what it is. I just don't like the team together. I just don't know what it is. I can't point it out, but I just
Is
don't.
it
There's something
just like
about it
their
that
attitude or like
nah. It's just I feel. I think it's. I know it's kind of. I feel like it's a dumb reasoning, but like I feel like at some point one of them is gonna turn on the other. I don't think it's gonna last long. I think that's why. I feel like this is a
well,
team
because
that's
they've
probably
had
gonna.
because they've had the beef
The,
before.
yeah, I
So
don't
it's
think it's
like
done either. I don't think it's done. I have a feeling at the Great American Bash, they're gonna lose the match because maybe one of them turns on the other or something. I thought that from the beginning because I always find it strange how like I mean, yeah, it's worked in the past how it did put like two random people who are feuding as a tag team and it's worked.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is that because they feuded first, who knows how long that's gonna last because they were feuding. They could easily change the storyline around and be like, oh, they're not done beefing yet. They're still mad at each other. One of them is mad at the other, and blah blah blah. And then one of them turns, and now they're feuding again for like another 2 months. So I don't think again, that's what I feel like with every tag team that forms when they start off with beefing.
Yeah.
Like the bar, it worked out, but I'm surprised it lasted that long. Like I loved it, great
Yeah,
work.
that's a fact.
Like I love the bar, but like the bar, like I said, I'm surprised it lasted that long. I thought it was gonna be something that lasted like a few months and that's it. Um, I don't think that Thatcher and Tommaso are lasting for a long time. I'll be surprised if they won the belts. I don't think they're gonna beat MSK for the belts, but I'd be more surprised if they
Yeah,
did.
also I like them as a team. I feel like they bring like a crazy intensity that there's not in NXT. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like we don't see a lot of that in NXT. I think
yeah,
having that is somewhat different and it's a like fresh air. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's something that we don't see a lot with the
yeah.
intensity that they bring. Like that they showed a promo of them at In Your House. That
Yes,
was huge for
yeah,
them to show a promo of them. So
yeah,
that means that they must really like this tag team.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like there must be something behind it. So when I saw that, I kind of had the idea that they might put them in a title picture. Look at look at
yeah,
what's happening.
yeah. I mean, I don't
But
think they're the ones that take it off of. Maybe they
yeah, I
would
don't
be.
know. I
I
don't
don't
know
think they
to be
would.
honest.
Depending on how they hype it up next week, we're gonna see what next
Yeah.
week they're doing with it.
I did
Um,
want to bring up that the winner takes all match was like a little tribute they did to. I think it was. I'm looking it up now, but I can't remember what In Your House it was. But
I
it was
think I think I know what you're talking
I
about,
think it was either
Simon.
2 or 3, and it was Diesel and Michaels.
Yes, I remember
They were
that. Yeah,
the IC champion, the world champion. And then
yeah,
they fought Owen Hart and Yokozuna for the tag
yeah,
belts.
yeah.
And it was like if Diesel got pinned, he lost the belt. If Michaels got pinned, he lost the
It was
belt.
when I think it was literally the
And that
same
was for the
stipulation.
so it was
Yeah,
like all the titles were on the line, but unless it wasn't like really all the titles on the line, but if you
yeah,
got pinned, you lost the title.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Which of course they did like a screwy finish because it was In Your House. Like I remember, like I've watched that match. I remember that you thought they won the tag titles, but then I think it was Owen Hart who got pinned, but was not the legal man. So they were like, "Oh, you won, but you didn't win the titles."
yeah,
I
yeah.
hate that whole legal man thing. But shout
I
out to
know.
them.
Yeah,
That was cool that they did like a little
yeah,
throwback. Like if you know, it was one of those like if you know, you know.
yeah. What are your thoughts on now Samoa Joe being back at NXT?
I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. I was
Why?
so excited to see Samoa Joe rip it in the Indies,
Yeah,
but
that's a
good for him. He's doing
yeah.
his thing in NXT again. I hate he's not wrestling.
I know, I know.
I kind of feel like they did the Taz to him, putting
I
him
don't.
behind it.
I think he's not medically cleared. That's what everyone's saying. I don't know if it's true or not, but
My
that's what they're
man
saying.
hasn't been. When was the last time he fought?
I think over a year ago. I think it was
Yeah,
either
he's
beginning
not
of
getting
2020.
cleared. He's not getting
Yeah,
cleared.
damn.
You know
I
how
mean, I
long
hope he
it?
is.
Yo, you know how
Who
long it
knows?
took for Daniel Bryan to get cleared? You know how long it took Edge to get, you know what I mean? Like there's so
I
many
mean, who know?
things.
We don't know how serious it is though. It
Yeah,
could be
you
just a
never
minor
know.
thing. Maybe
But
like
also,
maybe they're doing like a storyline with it. Maybe he's
yeah,
starting off. That's what I think. But
yeah.
you go ahead.
What I think with WWE is that if you're old enough, they're not gonna clear you. They're gonna be like, yo, because Joe's what, his late 30s?
I think he's
If
already in his 40s.
yeah, so like why risk it?
But he's
If you
still
take
healthy
a
though. You wouldn't even know he was in his 40s. That's the
yeah.
thing. He's
But
still healthy.
they look at it like if you get injured even more, it's on us. Because we cleared you to fight.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
like the whole thing with Daniel Bryan. Like, if you get paralyzed, it's on us because we cleared you. Even though you're begging and begging and begging, if you get injured, it's on us.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the way with Joe. I feel like that's the way with a lot of the older guys that aren't getting cleared. Like, they'll get injured and they'll just sit out. And like, there's certain guys that you're like, okay, you can't do it because if you take a bump, you're paralyzed. Like a Tyson Kidd. Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
if he takes a bump, Like
Oh,
he could probably he takes bumps here and there. Like
I mean, yeah, he
you
still
see him
trains with
training,
everybody.
you see him
Yeah,
training and helping
yeah.
everybody out, which good for him. I think he's
He's in,
somebody
he's in he's
that
in great shape though. He's in
yeah,
great shape though.
I think he's someone that should definitely open a school in Canada.
Oh hell
Like
yeah,
I think he's one
hell
of
yeah.
those guys, or even wherever
Yeah, I
they
think they
live.
have their own. They have their own like ring set up and at their house
Yeah,
or something. They're still training
yeah,
people. Yeah, but
and
they should
yeah,
open up their own school.
he trains like the people. Like he's a big advocate for the women, which I fuck with.
Yeah,
So like
big
I
respect.
always see videos of him training with like Liv Morgan, Naomi,
Lana.
yeah,
Yeah,
Lana, all of them. So I like that that's happening, but he's somebody that would be cool to open a school because he has all that knowledge.
yeah,
But
and
he's one of those guys that's like, if you take a crazy ass bump or you fall the wrong way, you're paralyzed and then
oh
it's on
yeah, yeah,
us.
yeah.
So I kind of understand it, but I'm selfish. I'm like, I want to see Joe
I know,
fight.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I think it might happen. I think they're gonna. I
I
think
think it might
they might.
happen down the road, especially since
Yeah,
they put in that thing that they were like, unless you're
medically.
provoked.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can't
He
do
tells
nothing
you.
unless you're provoked. So I would love to see Samoa Joe versus Adam Cole in a takeover,
No,
just
I
one
was
on
thinking
one.
like I think the great way to kind of bring him back into the because I was thinking about like oh shoot now he's back with Regal. I thought that like I didn't know like I thought Regal was like done for good.
I thought that too, especially since they did because they've been hinting at it for a while.
Oh
Because they
yeah,
hinted
yeah.
it at the go home. Um, I forgot who said it. That was like ever since.
Cross, I think Cross said it. He was
Yeah,
like
he's
yo
like, since
just
I've been here, it's been out of control. Like you
yeah
don't have control. And then the whole thing that happened before the match at Takeover, and then the backstage stuff, like they showed again.
and yeah.
Who was going at it when Adam Cole passed by? Who was it
Oh
that was going at it? I forgot who was going at it. That, but Regal was in the middle of it again.
yeah, yeah.
I forgot it was Adam Cole
I think
or
it
Kyle
was
O'Reilly that
yeah.
walked by and like looked over.
I think it was Shotzi and Ember Moon the tag team.
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
think it
yeah,
was
the
yeah.
women, yeah. And then at the end of the show, he was like, "Something's gotta change." I said, "Oh,
Shit, no, yeah.
it's
Because
over." I
what
said,
I'm thinking is like I knew I had a feeling I thought Samoa Joe was gonna take his, but I didn't think it was gonna be like an enforcer or anything.
"Yeah,
But what the plan that I thought of like that they might do to kind of bring him back to wrestling is because like I said I thought they were gonna have him replace Regal. So I thought the feud would have ended up going all the way to War Games in December, to where now you have Samoa Joe as the new general manager. They can still kind of do the same thing but differently. But you have Samoa Joe now as the new general manager, and you have him taking over NXT the next couple months, and then you have like the storyline come War Games when War Game season comes along. You have the storyline where Regal comes back and he's like, "Yo, I don't like the way NXT has been coming around. I gotta come back and do something." Kind of like wanting his job back or wanting to do something with NXT
yeah,
again. And then that's where you have Triple H, come through, be like, "Yo, War Games, Team Regal versus Team Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe teams up with 3 guys. Regal chooses 4 guys. Winning team becomes general manager again to kind of like take over the spot."
that
But
would
they
be
can still do that where like maybe Regal and like
like Joe goes over his head and starts
telling like, "Yo,
acting
yeah,
manager and starts going over him, and then it's like, yo, relax. Like I'm
yeah,
still manager here. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
yeah." Or they could just have like some like Regal feud with somebody and then have Samoa Joe be on his team. To like, "Yo, let me fight this time. Let me fight for you. I want
Yeah,
to fight this guy in your match." Something like that, so that way he can fight again.
yeah.
Kind of like what was the storyline? I feel like I think it was early NXT, but not early NXT, but when Regal first became general manager, I think there was somebody there who wanted to fight. I forgot who because I didn't really follow it then. But there was somebody I remember seeing clips of someone who wanted to wrestle. I think Regal fought once before he became general manager at NXT. I think he
I'm
had
not
a
even
match
sure to
there
be honest.
because I remember like he always mentions like, "Yo, I was a commentator and then now I became general manager because I stopped fighting," something like that. But I don't know. But I feel like that was a storyline in NXT in the past.
Yeah,
But if that should be something like same thing like, "Yo, you're not medically clear, Joe, you can't fight, but let me fight, I can help you win," some shit like that. To make him fight again, and then maybe that's how he gets back into the ring. Like, "Yo, I don't want to do this shit anymore. You have my help. It's fine until I'm around." Something like that. I don't know. But I feel like that's a great way to have Samoa Joe just return to the ring and
that is true.
just fight again. Because I think it would have been weird if we just like, he hasn't been around and wrestled in a while, stuff like that.
Yeah. So I just looked it up. Regal's last match was on NXT.
Ah, see?
Do you
Yeah.
want to guess his opponent? And do you want to guess what year?
Oh, but when did he become general manager? Let me think. It was 2015,
Yeah, around there. Because
14,
he said he was there. He said I've been general manager. He said I've been here for 6 years, 5 years.
7. I think it was 7. 2014, 2014.
Okay,
So yeah,
2014.
20. That's the year you see right there.
When do you think was his last match?
2013.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So 2013. Against who? Is he still
Against?
fighting? Is he still in
Yeah.
NXT in WWE
Yeah, WWE
main roster or NXT still?
main roster.
Ooh. Huh. Raw or SmackDown?
Oh, what's he on right now? SmackDown. Dun, 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 dun,
Who's in NXT
dun, dun,
2013?
dun, dun.
Not Big E, not Seth Rollins. No, that was
Nope.
Cesaro.
Yeah, that was
Ah,
a good
Cesaro.
pick. Yeah,
Oh,
Cesaro. Weird, but yeah,
yeah, it is
Cesaro
a weird.
versus William Regal, December 25th, 2013. Regal's last match.
Oh man, was that
I
like a
didn't,
retire?
to be honest, didn't even know Regal fought matches on NXT. That's incredible.
Damn, how
I,
how?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, yeah,
But
me
yeah,
either.
shout out
I
to
know,
him,
I know he
man.
fought. I remember hearing about that, but I didn't know it actually happened. I'm like, shit, that's
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool.
know Cesaro was down there killing it. He was going back and forth for a while because I remember him and Sami Zayn killing it on the first
Takeover,
takeover.
yeah.
They had
Didn't he
some
have
good
an NXT
matches.
championship match? Did he not have a championship match?
Who
Cesaro,
Cesaro?
yeah.
I'm
Did
gonna
he ever
say
have a
probably.
championship?
I would say probably. I
Huh.
would say probably.
Damn,
But yeah, that's
Cesaro.
I never
Jeez.
even knew that Regal versus Cesaro was Regal's last match.
Yeah,
That's
really.
insane to me.
That is insane. Damn,
Wow, so
Regal
how
versus
long, when did he debut? Now I want to know.
Yeah, because I remember when Cesaro debuted because I didn't really follow NXT that well. It was with Teddy. He had like a little bit of a storyline with Teddy Long, I think. And then he
Yeah,
won the U.S. Championship. I think it's for I guess within his first few weeks, and
this
then
man, this man started wrestling in 1983.
Cesaro.
No, Regal.
Oh shit! I was like, what the? Oh, yeah.
No, Regal. So
Regal.
83, 93. So about 20 years. Yeah.
Damn. All right. So,
That's
Cesaro.
crazy to
Yeah.
think of. Like I feel like Regal's one of those guys that is underappreciated. Like
Yeah. Hell yeah.
nobody really looks at him as like,
I mean,
oh
people only know him for the general manager role, which I get he's done a great job at, but like he's done a lot beforehand.
yeah, come on.
Like,
That's a guy right there.
yeah. What are your thoughts on Diamond Mine now? Diamond Mine. You got the faction revealed now. Roderick Strong,
Yeah.
Tyler Raw. You like it? You fuck with it? I called it though. I called it. I
You
called it.
did.
I said Roderick Strong was a part of it.
Yeah, which I didn't think it was, but
Like I
yeah.
had a because like, I think I said when I said it before, it was because his wife was an MMA star. And she did MMA. I thought
Yeah.
she would have been a part of it.
That's what I thought.
Maybe she will because they technically left at the same time. So I was confused why she didn't show up with them. Maybe she will. But that was only like a few minutes that it
Maybe like
happened.
down the line.
Yeah, maybe she comes back and then starts attacking the women's division. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I thought it was weird that she didn't show up with them this past Tuesday. Did not expect Tyler Bivens and his guy to be part of it, even though I haven't seen them in weeks, which makes sense. But
Yeah, that was it was a cool reveal.
yeah,
I just gotta see what they do with it.
it's cool because I think they might go for the NXT Championship now, the Cruiserweight Championship,
Yeah.
which is different, which is cool. I've always
But
thought that for a while too. I always thought like that the 4 Undisputed Era guys should have gone at least one time for the NXT Cruiserweight
at
Championship
least one of them, yeah.
because they all are technically under 205 pounds, so they
Yeah.
could technically go for the Cruiserweight Championship, which
So
is
now
cool.
like is like Strong, is he the leader?
That's what I
Is he
think. I mean, I don't think Malcolm Bivens is going to do all the. He probably will do all the talking for them, but I
yeah,
think Ross
which
makes sense because I don't think I wasn't really a big fan of Roger Strong as he cut promos. He's not bad at it, but I think he does make sense to put him with somebody, to make him better. But
yeah, I think right now what you have, three guys, right? I think right now you have a cruiserweight guy, a North American guy, and a world title guy. And I think Roderick is the world title guy.
I think they might use the other two guys for a tag team. I feel like I think they're gonna definitely
I think
put them
that
both in tag division. I feel like that's what they're going with them, unless
if
they add
they
somebody else.
if they really believe in them,
They might, yeah.
they might do some damage.
Definitely.
Because I've always I've been wanting a group to like take over. Like we had
the Undisputed Era for a while.
Yeah, Undisputed Era, but
damn, I missed them, bro.
They were missing the cruiserweight.
I mean, they didn't really add the cruiserweight to NXT till later on, till towards the end of the run.
But still,
that's why I thought that one of them should at least won it before they split.
Because I think if you're gonna debut a heel faction, what better way to get heel heat than having a world champion, the North American champion, and the cruiserweight champion in the same group? And they're also the tag champions. What a way to get heat.
Yeah.
What a way to get heat.
Because they can also have like Roderick Strong win 2 titles, and then
that's what I'm saying.
The one of the other two, he have him hold the NXT Cruiserweight and NXT Championship. One of the other guys holds the tag and North American.
Yeah.
And then maybe they do something where like they add someone to the group and be like, hey, you're the NXT Cruiserweight champion, whatever. Instead of having him win it, like you take it.
And then you add a woman.
Yeah, Marina Shafir. She. I don't like. Right I said there. They should do it. They should do that.
Wait, but are they still there, or did they get released?
One of them did. The other one did. I don't know her name, but
not the one fucking Roderick Strong, right?
No. Cool. She's still signed. Yeah, and that I would have been tired of that happening though. Yeah, but the other one.
That's why. That's how I knew Roderick was still in the company. I said,
yeah.
One of you's gonna get released. I was looking through. I saw the picture of her. I said, where's the other one? Nah, she's not here. I forgot. She fucking Roderick Strong. She living life.
Yeah, she's living life, man. Yeah, but like I think it might have potential. A lot of potential. I mean,
it does.
I think they should have debuted it at Takeover. I think that would have been cooler to give them more of a push. But I get it. They probably want the Cruiserweight Championship picture to go for that, but
it's tough right now doing big things on TV because
this past week the
playoffs to go up against.
Yeah, but this past NXT episode wasn't that bad. I enjoyed it.
No. Yeah, I watched it, but guess what? I watched it on a replay because I was watching basketball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it's tough.
Same thing with AEW. They're
I've been watching
Friday
them
nights.
Yeah, I've been watching the replays because I'm watching the playoffs.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's tough right now for them, and then it's gonna be even tougher when the finals happen. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's difficult times for them. There's difficult times when there's playoffs going on. When the Monday Night Football game is on for Raw.
Yeah.
And then when
but it's
the
Raw,
Sunday night.
It is Raw though.
Raw. Let's talk about that real quick. Quick. Raw. I haven't watched Raw in weeks. I'll tell you that right now. I've been keeping up with highlights.
This past Monday, I kind of fucked with it a little bit. It was better than usual, than recent, but still, it was not that good.
That's what I was gonna say. So, since I'll tell you right now, we've been talking about it, basketball playoffs. There was no game Monday. I said, there ain't nothing to watch. Let me watch Raw. Let's see what's going on. I know they were petty because they didn't get a Hell in a Cell match like SmackDown.
Yeah.
So you knew they were going to get something. I thought it was going to be the next pay-per-view. I think we talked about it. I was like, don't be surprised if we got a screwy finish at Money in the Bank. I don't know if I talked about it here or if I told somebody, but I said, don't be surprised if we got like a screwy finish at Money in the Bank and then they do a rematch on Raw just so that they get a big match like that. Yeah. But they got their Hell in a Cell so they could stop complaining. It wasn't a bad episode of Raw. I'll give them that. It was cool because every match meant something. It was for the going into it was the qualifying matches for the Money in the Bank. Which let's talk about that because this now opens my theory still.
What theory?
I thought when I saw McIntyre versus Riddle, I said, "Oh, there goes my theory. with Riddle cashing in.
But I got my.
McIntyre lost.
But he has a second chance Monday, so technically it's still alive.
Of course, he's gonna be in there. I know McIntyre's gonna get in because but now he has the Money in the Bank. He can't challenge for it, but he can cash in. Oh, well, loophole. I hate WWE for that. But
I got my theory on that. But you can say yours first.
On what?
On Drew McIntyre, but you could say yours first because I don't want to
talk. You want to talk about it?
Sure. Wait, you go. You start. Actually,
no, because I was saying about them, Matt Riddle that we talked about that you hype up Brock versus Roman, then right before Survivor Series, Riddle cashes in, and that's how we get Riddle and Brock.
Okay, I had something different, also related to Brock and Drew McIntyre. So,
okay,
we're going to talk about Hell in a Cell in a little bit, but so at Hell in a Cell, Drew versus Bobby, the stipulation was if Drew loses.
Do you want to go through the pay-per-view first before you give you this thing, just to let everybody know?
I mean, it doesn't really. I mean, it's just not really not big into it. But like, yeah, after we see this, then we can get to Hell in a Cell. But
okay.
So the stipulation at Hell in a Cell was that if Drew McIntyre loses, he can't go challenge Bobby specifically for it. So he did lose. He can't go for the Bobby Lashley's championship reign. He can't compete against Bobby Lashley for the title. So I have Drew McIntyre winning Money in the Bank. But you may think, how is he going to cash in? He can't challenge Bobby. That's the thing.
Yeah, but the loophole is he can't
cash in on Bobby. That's the thing.
But he can't fight for the belt. They didn't say he can't cash in. They say he can't have.
I mean that's the thing.
Loophole. You know they always do the loophole.
I know, but like they have like Adam Pearce, MVP, Bobby, whatever. Somebody being like, "Yo, you lost that Hell in a Cell, so you can't cash in on Bobby."
Yeah.
So they made that the whole storyline heading into SummerSlam. Like, oh, you got to basically now since you can't challenge Bobby for the title, you can't cash it in until he loses it. And that's the thing. You can't cash it in then. So what does Drew McIntyre do then? Well, how can he cash it in? What is something that he feels can help, Bobby lose a championship? What does he do? He finds somebody who Drew McIntyre has beaten in the past. Who has he beaten in the past for the title? Brock Lesnar. You bring back Brock Lesnar. You have him challenge Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. Therefore, Brock Lesnar takes it off of Brock Lesnar. But big swerve. Not the following night at SummerSlam, but the Monday Night Raw after the night after SummerSlam is the WWE Draft. The SummerSlam and the 2 nights on Raw, Drew McIntyre teases. That's when he starts teasing, coming out after the match, whatever, trying to tease Brock Lesnar, saying, "Oh, I'm going to cash it on you now. I can cash it in finally." But he doesn't do it. He ends up getting drafted to SmackDown now, the same show as Roman Reigns. The first SmackDown that he gets drafted to, what a great way to end the draft is for him cashing on Roman and winning the Universal Championship instead of WWE. No one would see that coming because he's been hyping up the WWE Championship over that. So I think that's one way to not only get, the Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley feud, but to also finally have someone take the championship off of Roman within a matter of a week or two. So I think that could be a way to do it because technically no one has beaten Roman on SmackDown yet. I mean, the draft is coming up. He really has 2 more pay-per-views to fight somebody before things start changing up. So I think that could be a way to, a fresh new start to SmackDown, a whole new roster, have one of the big guys from the other show now on his same show cash in, win the championship, and therefore start a big feud, Drew versus Roman. I mean, technically, I think the next one after that is probably going to be Extreme Rules. That could probably happen, Extreme Rules match. And then maybe Brock versus Drew McIntyre at Survivor Series, a rematch from WrestleMania. That could headline really big. Unless you...
A great idea. Great idea. I love the booking of it. Only problem is I'm tired of McIntyre. I don't want him as a champion. But it is a good idea. McIntyre, I don't know what it is about McIntyre. Even when he first won the title, I don't know what it is. Not that I've never been sold on him. I'm just like, I was a big fan when he was NXT champion. It was cool. Won the Royal Rumble. Cool moment. Yeah. Other than that, I was like, all right, he won the title. He got his moment. Cool. His first defense was Big Show. I said, nice. That's a way to kick off a healthy title run. And then he fought Randy for a couple months. I don't know. It's just,
But I think
I don't
what
know
his
about
title run has
McIntyre.
made him do is made him more of a bigger star. I think even without the title, if he doesn't go for the championship, let's say if he doesn't win Money in the Bank, I think he can still put on like against other big names. One thing that I guess we can get to Hell in a Cell
Definitely.
now. I'll transition to that. But one of the things I thought was going to happen at Hell in a Cell was I thought the Fiend was going to return at the end of the match, leading into a feud between them two, because that's
Yeah.
a feud that I still want to see. Drew McIntyre versus the Fiend. It's like one thing I didn't want to bring this up, but like one thing I hate about that fans complain about is like, oh, if the Fiend loses the match, buried. If Drew McIntyre loses the match, buried. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
people are gonna complain on who loses, but it's like either way, both of them are built up. Same thing with Roman losing. Everyone is expecting Roman to not lose the belt. People
Yeah.
are expecting him to be undefeated for the rest of his career, which annoys me because people fucking lose. People lose
All the
matches
time. Yeah.
all the time. So whether people love the new character or not, he's gonna fucking lose the belt in some way, shape, or form. So I think people
He's
gotta
built
take
up
that
enough that it's not gonna hurt.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like these superstars are built up well enough where a loss isn't going to affect them. So yeah, I feel like WWE has to start pushing and making those type of feuds again, where two big stars, even though if it's not for a championship, it can still feud and go at it still. Because I feel like that hasn't happened really in a while, unless it's for a championship,
Yeah.
which they've done a lot lately. So I think that they got to go back to doing that. And the Fiend is someone who, is one of those guys where if he does take a loss, doesn't really affect him much because the Fiend is such a great character, where he can feud with anybody and make them a star too, no matter who it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, definitely. What it is like I kind of understand. I don't. Let me rephrase that. I don't understand the whole buried stuff. I do
Me neither.
understand guys losing momentum. Like if like the Fiend, I feel like he's lost a lot of momentum
But he
because
can easily gain it back though.
he's lost so many matches in a row, big matches. That's like, bro, you're losing momentum. I don't look at it as buried.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because it's not like he loses every match. Like
yeah,
Cesaro, he gains and loses momentum every time he wins and loses matches. Is he ever buried? No, because if he was, he wouldn't be on the show.
yeah.
You know what I
He would
mean?
have been one of those release guys that got released, but he's
Exactly.
not. He's still with the company, and I'm pretty sure with that type of character, they can do something great with him no matter what.
Yeah.
So like, it's literally any storyline because I think Bray Wyatt has full control on his character. Which is very rare now, but he has
Yes.
full
Yeah.
creativity on the whole entire character, so he does basically do whatever he wants with it and run with
That's
it.
kind of fire.
So yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, he's fine as long as they put him in a big feud like that. Then he's fine. Um,
How did you feel talking about the Fiend? How did you feel about the Alexa Bliss match
um,
with
I'm.
the Nia Jax whole supernatural power stuff?
I mean, it's kind of different from what we've seen from her. I guess like I know they're trying to make her like the female version of the Fiend.
Yeah.
Which I know obviously like she's the reason the Fiend's the reason why she's like that. That's already established. But it's weird not seeing her with the Fiend.
I feel you on
It's
that.
like
Yeah.
it was supposed to be with him. I guess it was a heel turn on WrestleMania. I don't know if he would label it as a heel turn. I don't know what she did. I just randomly like cost him the match at Mania. So they didn't really go further into that. It was just he had the match and he's been out for months
Yeah.
again.
I
But
think
it
that
was weird. Not it's the character's kind of like being driven to be the female Fiend, and I think they kind of had to change that a little bit to
you
make
don't
it.
like that.
I mean, like I said, it makes more sense if she's with him,
That's true. Yeah.
but it's got to be somewhat different because it's literally the exact same thing. So it's basically they're using the Fiend on Alexa Bliss, but without the
Yeah.
mask.
Basically.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
But
so
I
it's
do
weird.
like that they introduced that she has powers.
Yeah, I mean
I like
that part's
that
cool. That's different. That's different than the
because
Fiend doesn't
now
have.
it opens the gates to when the Fiend does come back to having a Fiend versus Bliss match without a
Having to
lot
fight.
of contact.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like of course they'll fight here and there, but it shows that they could do a lot with the supernatural power stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It shows something like
Or
it was a
maybe they do something where it seems like they're going to have a feud, but then
yeah,
Alexa Bliss kind of does the superpowers ombre to where he's on her side again.
yeah.
To where like
Which
now
is
it's gonna make it even more dominant for the Fiend to
yeah, it
have.
could be like she's controlling the Fiend. Maybe you know what I mean? Like there's so many layers you could do with it. Because I feel like
And
we
she's
haven't
controlling
seen
do everything.
we
Yeah.
haven't seen like a lot of people are like, oh, it's corny, da 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 da. I
Wait,
like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
like
We haven't seen it in a while. The last time I think we saw super like
the Undertaker probably manipulating
Taker
stuff.
and Kane when they would go like Taker would make it thunder and then Kane would like light something on fire. Like I remember he lit like a cameraman on fire, like when they were at the height of it, like when he first debuted, that was like their thing. He had supernatural powers that were stronger than Undertaker's because he went through fire. You know what I mean? So like it's cool that they're introducing this. So I don't think it's corny at all. I think it's actually interesting and it's actually dope to see maybe what they can do with this, especially now with all this high-tech technology we have.
But
Who
the thing
knows?
is, but they're back in person. Who knows how that will affect? But I think the superpower stuff, I don't think they really have to use like a lot of high tech technology stuff. I think they could just straight up do the superpowers like Alexa Bliss was doing with Nia Jax. Maybe Nia Jax joins her, and I don't know.
Yeah, and I think they can do that in person. Like
Kane
and Taker did theirs in person. You know what I mean? Like
but
really, Taker was just making noises and stuff, and Kane was just pointing at somewhere fire would come up. So it makes sense. So the power that they have, like hers is like she could was that telekinesis or whatever.
Yeah.
So
like
you could really
you
it's not like you have to do anything for that.
But for the Undertaker's part though, he was mainly like on SmackDown, so that was back then when it was still not, like pre-taped and edited, so that way they could edit all the stuff in there.
Yeah,
like back his entrances, like whenever time it just went black and he appeared in the ring, it didn't really take that long in person. If you were there in person watching him, you knew that it lasted longer than it was on television.
Yeah,
so you knew.
But they've done it live. It just takes.
I mean,
like when he came out at TLC, that's why the show's on delay for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I think it's like a 25-second delay because if you've been in the Thunderdome, you know that's on a delay because you're watching it as it's happening. But if you look at the TV, they're still behind.
Yeah.
Whether you're back up from commercial and they're still chilling on a commercial, you're on the real thing.
Yeah.
So if something happens, like an injury or a slip or something like that, that they could quickly edit it because they got skillful people there.
Yeah.
But I think they can make it work with
I think
Fiend
so.
and Alexa.
I think that would be a great storyline to bring the Fiend back. Like have
I think it's dope that they're still opening the door and still trying to show new things of Alexa Bliss and trying to give her a story with that. So when Fiend does come back, it'll tie in with each other.
Oh, yeah, that's what I think. I think for some people, I think some people they're waiting for the fans to come back to have return.
Yeah, so like Brock. Brock is waiting. Like he keeps saying, "Oh, WWE is in talks."
Yeah,
this man has been under contract. Talks. He re-signed last year when there was all those rumors saying Brock isn't signed anymore. They moved him to the alumni page. They were fucking with you. Because guess what? If Brock wasn't signed, you would have heard all these talks about him having with Dana White because Dana White was trying to cook up big fights during the pandemic year on Fight Island. If you're telling me Brock Lesnar wasn't under contract and they didn't contact him not once, you're wilding. Because that's a big money fight for UFC. So for them not to contact him, that's why I still say he signed. Yeah, even though everybody's reporting, WWE's having talks with Brock this week. Bro, he signed. They're talking to him about when coming back.
Yeah.
That's what they're talking to him about.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who are like, I think Becky might be coming back soon, is what I'm hearing. Like a lot of big names are coming back. It's less than a month. So might as well just wait that long.
Yeah.
Um,
And then you got this big SummerSlam that they're saying they want to make this bigger than Mania. They're saying this is the Mania for this year, which
what? That makes sense to me.
that's a big that's
Big thing to call the SummerSlam this year.
yeah, that's big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
But they want it to be this year's Mania. They're like, Mania we couldn't have, or it was, you remember tickets went on sale what 2 or 3 weeks beforehand. They
Yeah.
couldn't really hype it up, like they didn't know what was going on. So this they know people could be there. This is what we're doing it. They even moved it to Saturday.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
so
That's
they're trying to build it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel I can see that happening.
So I could see like a Brock coming back, Cena having a match, Edge having a match.
Oh hell yeah.
Maybe
hell
even
yeah.
Rock hyping up because they're talking
Survivor
about him being at
Series,
Survivor
yeah.
Series, which makes sense because they
it's
did
25 years of
yeah,
Rock.
they did the 25 years for Taker, so why not do it for The Rock? Even though Taker gave you 20 years of wrestling and The Rock gave you 4, but that's not what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, that's a whole different story right there. It's a whole fucking story. But yeah,
it
I mean,
does
yeah,
make
but
sense.
he is a big name technically in the WWE. Even if it was 4 years, it was still a big 4 years for him. Yeah, The Rock is The Rock.
Here's your
they praise him.
confetti. Here's your
There
confetti,
you go.
Rock. That's like when people be like, "Oh, wait, that's a question for you, Rock or Stone Cold?"
Stone Cold.
Thank you. Okay, people
Stone Cold
think
had
I'm
a big.
stupid when I.
Yeah, he has way more of an impact in WWE than The Rock does. The Rock did.
Stone Cold kicked off the Attitude Era. That would be like, come on.
Every time,
man.
I feel like if you ask a non-wrestling fan now, like, what do you remember from back then? They'll probably say like Stone Cold something.
Stone Cold drinking beers.
Yeah.
Undertaker.
That's the only clips I've seen
I mean?
from the Attitude Era. Was like everything was Stone Cold. Everything was Stone Cold back then.
Like
those were the biggest feuds back then.
Yeah, The Rock was great and all.
Yeah.
He was dope. But my man took his ball and went to Hollywood. Nobody ever wants to talk about that. They want to talk about wrestlers that take their ball and go home, like CM Punk and when Stone Cold did it. But The Rock did it with Hollywood. He just dipped to make more money.
Somewhere else.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was always a Stone Cold guy.
Yeah.
Over Rock. You're bugging if you pick The Rock.
Exactly.
And I still think Stone Cold should have stayed undefeated against him at WrestleMania. He should have not lost.
That's when they had the 3 straight manias, right?
They did every other, because they did 15, 17, 19.
It was 3 matches they've had. Yeah.
And Stone Cold won 2 of them, and I think he should have won 19 because that was his last match. And what was The Rock doing after that?
Hollywood.
Going to make another movie called The Tooth Fairy or whatever movie he made after that. Mania.
Oh god, that was his first match. Then they brought him back just to promote movies.
And then they brought him back for WrestleMania.
That's what they're doing with
20.
Cena. That's what they're doing with Cena. Cena's literally making movies and then coming back whenever he has a big
movie.
But Cena,
I give it to him. He was there for a while.
Yeah, he was. Yes, yeah.
He was there for a while. He was there like consistently from 2003 till maybe 2015. He started 2016. He started going in and out.
Yeah.
So I give it to him.
Yeah, he's been there.
The Rock, The Rock came for 4 years and said, "Yo, Vince, peace. I'm gonna go make some money."
Yeah, really. But he's killing it though. I'm not gonna lie. He's making tons of money over there.
He's doing his
Don't like his movies that well, but still he's making money.
Yeah, he has some good ones. Well, that's everybody. Everybody has some good movies, some bad movies. But I think, but that's what they're trying to do with SummerSlam. They're trying to build it up and have it be WrestleMania. That this is the one that's gonna be like, whoa, did you see SummerSlam?
Yeah.
But now I'm nervous because I feel like now SummerSlam, they're gonna move to stadiums.
Where was it always?
It was always in arenas.
SummerSlam?
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
It was always in arenas. Now it's gonna be in the football stadium. It was
the Las Vegas.
You remember it was like in Barclay for 4 straight years.
Yes. I forgot.
It was always in an arena, and now it was like Mania. Mania was always in arenas, and then they did one football stadium, and they said, "Yeah, this is it for now."
Yeah,
I'm scared that's what they're gonna do with SummerSlam.
Ooh, I hope. I think they're doing it. I think they're doing it this year because it's their first pay-per-view back when it's gonna be consistently back.
But
so they're making it like that.
But they gotta look at it. If they're able to sell tickets and they get a better rate, they're gonna be like, "Yo, we could do SummerSlam outside now."
Yeah. I hope that's what I always thought. I thought they were going to do like SummerSlam last year outside, where like
Yeah,
it was going to be like a summer type vibe, which they
yeah.
haven't really done in a
Which
while.
is cool. I get it, the summertime vibe being outside, but I don't think you should do football stadium.
Yeah, that's not the way to go.
I
That's
think
not the
if
vibe.
anything, SummerSlam could maybe be a baseball stadium or like a
Yeah,
smaller
but they do baseball
outdoor
stadiums for Rumble
venue.
now. The Rumble they're doing is baseball stadiums now. So it's like they
Yeah,
gotta. It'd be cool if like you saw like the sun like shining down or something to like
yeah,
make it more summer-ish, or they do it in like the afternoon, which is probably not the best time to do a pay-per-view, but
yeah,
still like somewhere where it's light and sunny and like beach type of thing.
yeah. It makes
Make it more
sense.
summer because it's they advertise it as the block party, the blockbuster summer event type of thing.
Yeah,
So it's like might as well make it more summerish. It used to be like that, but then now it's like just like
it's just like it's
yeah, same
SummerSlam.
thing.
It's SummerSlam.
Yeah, yeah. So Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, Hell in a Cell,
what
man.
what are
It
your final
was
thoughts? Like your final thoughts on it? What?
Hell in a Cell was it was another show.
Yeah,
It was another
it
show.
wasn't.
it
Yeah,
was
it
another
was.
show. What could I say about it?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too crazy. Um.
Match of the night though, Bailey and Bianca.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah,
Wow, wow,
hell yeah. That was great.
wow. What did we talk about last week? How Bailey's been killing it
Yes, that's what I'm
again. Another
saying.
showing. Bailey's killing it.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I said last week she's the MVP. She was the MVP
Yeah.
of the pandemic era. So I
Ding
did
dong hello. It's a fact. Come
exactly.
on.
I saw something about Bailey, like I think not last week, but the week before when she had the segment with Seth Rollins, where the Ding Dong Hello
Oh
show
yeah,
that
yeah.
she does. She gave him a hug, and I saw something where like that was the first hug she had given somebody since she changed her character. And I'm like, wow, I did not know that.
Oh
I didn't
wow,
realize
I
that.
never noticed that.
Yeah, I didn't peep it until I'm like, oh shit, she gave someone a hug. I did not know
And
that.
it's to a heel, but make sure
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
to a
yeah,
heel.
yeah. It's a heel, but like still, like it's crazy to think about it. That was her gimmick, and then all of a sudden, that was the first
Wow, I
hug
never
we've
even thought
seen.
about that. Even when she was
Yeah,
tag champs with Sasha.
I think,
Wow,
yeah, I think that was. I think she
I
had to
never
do like a
noticed that.
arm thing. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then me
but it's
neither. I'm
not
like,
like a hug. Hug.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not like a
Wow, I
hug
never
though.
noticed that. That's kind of dope though. I
Yeah, that
like
was
little
cool.
stats like that.
I
That's like,
know it's like
oh
it's the first hug in like a
yeah.
couple of years.
Did you notice
No,
this? It's like, oh
no,
shit.
no. I know it's crazy. It's cool. Yeah, I loved how the ending to the main event was like not the way to go. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, is the Fiend gonna
Yeah,
interrupt it and cause the next feud? But again, they're probably waiting for him to come back when the fans come back.
yeah.
So
How
it
did
was
you
weird.
feel? How did you feel about the Reigns match moving?
That was
Reigns and Mysterio.
man, I fucking
What
hope
was the
like
point of that?
I don't know. It was probably for more views, I think. I was so mad. I'm like, that was a perfect way. My theory fucking got ruined. I sent you the
Yeah,
picture of it. I'm like, fuck. They should have kept, on Father's Day, the
but
father.
I was reading something that had your theory in it, and it said that was the plan until
That's right.
they saw that Dominic and Ray have so much chemistry and said, yeah, they're fucking father and son. Of course, he's
Yeah.
trained him. Of course they're gonna have chemistry.
Yeah.
So they said after they saw they had so much chemistry, they nixed the plans of having them feud.
Yeah. I
Which
mean, that's not, they don't want that. They don't want that. So it's like,
But-
I get it now. It's like they probably ruined their whole thing.
nah, give
don't-
me. You need to let Dominic go on his own, and the
Exactly,
only way
that's
to
what
go
I'm
on his
saying.
own, you can't let Raymond. You can't let him and Ray lose the titles, and then Ray just say, "Yo, peace, I'm
Peace,
retiring."
yes. I think
We
that's the last
need
match to
a
go. That's
stomp out. We need Dominic to
go by
fuck him
himself.
up. Yeah, we
Yeah,
need him to
fuck.
fuck him up and be like, "Yo, you know what, old man? You been holding me back.
Back.
This ain't the Eddie Guerrero days no more. You make it, you make him rub it in, and then we hate him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he goes back on to Seth Rollins and he becomes a Seth Rollins.
Oh, no. That would not happen. But I think, man, he should have started off at NXT though. I think he'll benefit a lot from NXT.
Or you need to put a manager on him.
Yeah, or maybe you have like a whole like Paul Heyman already on SmackDown, not like join Roman Reigns, but like kind of having like another Paul Heyman guy does their own separate work with him elsewhere. You know what I mean?
What?
Even though they are technically feuding now, but like still have him go like he used to have Cesaro, do something with Cesaro.
Yeah, he has Cesaro,
Curtis Axel.
Yeah, all doing their own thing.
like not even related to each other.
Theory I had.
Yeah.
Why not put him before Heyman?
Who? Dominic?
Dominic.
Yeah. So I was
Why
saying have
not?
Dominic put
No. Why not put him in that?
in the family.
Why not put him in the bloodline or whatever
Oh
you
wow.
want to call them? And it's
Okay.
like,
It makes sense. I guess. You could,
and you go on with he attacks Ray. You're holding me back. You're so old. You're this. You're that. And then,
but it wouldn't make sense though. The bloodline's only with the family, that family. So it wouldn't make. Oh.
we take you in. We see how your father disappointed you. I'll be your father figure now. With Roman Reigns.
Man, that would fucking suck. I mean, not sucking in terms. Great idea, but like
it's
suck
a great heel fucking move that you're like,
yeah, what
like,
the fuck, man?
What?
Damn
you
Roman.
have him be like, you're part of our family now. You know what I mean? Like
Damn,
one of those
I didn't
things.
think of that shit. That would have been a perfect. That would have been a perfect thing to like.
Dope.
Then like you have like Ray. Like, now you have
no,
Dominic
but it could still happen because he's like, yo. They could lose their next match and be like, yo, that's why you lost the Hell in a Cell. That's why you can't be champion, homie. You can't even beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah, facts, man.
I look up to him more than you. And then that's how we get into the whole, come, I'll take you under my wing. He doesn't say I'll be the father figure to you.
That would be good.
But he acts like it, and then we get it like later on. He's like, that maybe Dominic says it. Yo, you're more of a father figure to me than my own father.
Yeah. Shit, man. Whew, damn. Now what did happen? Fuck that. Turn it tomorrow.
Lit, right?
Yeah.
That would be lit. I feel like that would be dope. And that gets Dominic. He's not on his own yet, but this lets him build himself
a singles run
as a singles guy.
Yeah.
Because now you have an actual faction. You got 4 guys. You got world champ, you got tag team belts, and you got a secondary belt.
Yeah. Then I've always
got the amazing manager Paul Heyman.
Tamina should also join them too. Like once they done with once they then she turns on Natalia when they lose the tag belts, even though there's no fucking tag division. Doesn't make sense anyways. Have them lose the titles and then be like, yo, it was your fault. Turns on Natalia, joins them.
And then when Brock comes back, he feuds with Roman.
Hell yeah.
And between their matches, you have a pay-per-view, maybe at Extreme Rules, Brock versus Dominic. Because Dominic said, I fought you before.
Yeah.
I've handled it before, but I had my father by my side. Now I have the bloodline.
Yeah.
But he still gets his ass whipped. But he puts himself out there, and then we get to see what Dominic is about. You know what I mean? Like, I think this could be something.
Dude,
Dominic in the bloodline, even though he's not family, he's family. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how I look at what's the faction right now in AEW? Team Taz.
Yes.
With the young one that he's like kind of in it, but not really.
That's Taz's actual son.
Is it his actual son?
I don't know.
I didn't know that. Like
he mentioned like, that's my boy. That's my
like
son.
they said it like once or twice, and then they just stopped mentioning it. I was like,
I don't know.
Was this like maybe a storyline? And then they said,
I've never heard of him before. I think he might be because I've never heard of him or seen him ever.
I don't know.
So it could possibly be his son.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
I'm not an inside guy, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's how I looked at it. Like he's kind of in the group, but not really. But he's got to prove himself. You know what I mean?
He acknowledges Roman Reigns. That's the thing.
He acknowledged me, Dominic. Acknowledge me, Dominic.
Yeah, that's a great fucking storyline right there.
I think it would be dope. I think it brings something new to the table. Because if you keep with, and then he's kind of the one that's with Roman, that he's like, Roman, yo, you better check your boy Jimmy. What's going on with him? Like he's an instigator in the group. You know what I mean? Like stirring the pot and shit.
I think Jimmy will eventually join.
Jimmy, yo, do your thing, bro. Why you listening to him? Yo, Roman, get your boy. I don't know. Like he plays both sides. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it would be dope. I think that would be sick and shows Dominic not on his own, but on his own. Like he's in a faction, but he's a singles guy now.
Yeah.
And you just don't put him in the same matches with Humberto and Angel Garza when he first started. That they just put him with the Hispanic guys. Fuck it.
Yeah, that would be
Like
cool.
let him actually fight guys. Let him fight for the IC title.
Instead of the same people every single time in Madrid.
Exactly.
So it's like fuck. That'd be cool,
maybe let him go down to 205 and win the cruiserweight.
Yes. I really want him to win that. That's a great start for him.
And then bring him to NXT and SmackDown and 205 Live. Why not?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. So what would you?
Because now it also brings because right now, if you're just watching the main roster, if you're just watching Raw and SmackDown, you have fucking totally forgot about the cruiserweight title. Let him bring it back and bring relevance back to it in the main roster.
Hell yeah. That way NXT guys can go to the main roster and then still stay at NXT.
Exactly.
What would you rank? What would you rate Hell in a Cell out of 10? So I would say 6.5.
I was gonna say 6.
Oh.
I was gonna say 6, like 5.5, 6. It wasn't like
the best.
It was just another show to me. It was just another show. The only match that really like stuck out to me was the Bayley and Bianca match.
Yeah.
The Alexa Bliss was cool. Sami Zayn and Owens was
always tears the house down no matter what. Yeah.
Zayn and Owens. Like, but it can't save the show. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. But it's still out there.
Flair and Ripley, which
confusing ending.
15 minutes of just
what?
Disqualification. It was like what? Like
yeah.
And then you gave me a half hour Bobby and McIntyre.
The same thing.
And had a bullshit finish. Like bro, come on, are you serious?
Yeah.
Rollins and Cesaro was cool.
Yeah.
But
I don't know when that's gonna end. But
yeah, it was a glorified episode of SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
It was a glorified episode of SmackDown. Wasn't mad with it, but wasn't like, bro, did you see Hell in a Cell? You better go
watch
stream it right now. Go watch the replay. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? In your house, I would be like that. If you haven't watched, listen, any NXT show. If you didn't watch it Tuesday, if you didn't watch it last Tuesday, if you didn't watch it in your house, if you didn't watch the takeover before that, if you haven't watched the takeover at all, if you missed one throughout the 7 years that they've existed, go watch it because you're never gonna be disappointed with NXT.
Yeah, I can't wait till takeovers go back to crowds, man. I think that's the one. Obviously, that was the thing that was missing with takeovers in the pandemic was the crowd made it feel different every single time. Yeah, so I can't wait till they come back there. So I guess
cool that they got like the 300 people, right? It's like 300 people. I don't know. That's why I read. And it was like, yo, WWE's hype about 300 people.
It even looked like 300 people.
And I was like, that's what I was saying. I was like, yo, that doesn't, I don't think that's right.
That's like 30 people.
I'll say the people that they have now, it's cool.
Yeah, but it's not the same as it was before.
Yeah, like if you watch Double or Nothing, come on.
Yeah,
I feel like Double or Nothing's gonna like the crowd is gonna be that way with the first takeover.
Oh hell yeah, for sure.
I think they should do it before SummerSlam.
But it's on a Saturday, SummerSlam, so they gotta do it Friday night.
The night before. Why not?
Or maybe. Or maybe they do Sunday. They do a Sunday.
What fucked them up was moving SmackDown to Friday.
Yeah.
That was a stupid ass move by them. Also, it's tough watching shit on Friday. I be out and shit, man.
Yeah.
I be living life. Don't you know we outside now?
We outside, like, exactly. It's summer, bro. It's summer. It's summer.
You got me thinking I'm gonna watch Fox on a Friday and then AEW at 10 on a Friday night?
Fuck that.
Bugging?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but I guess if we could end it off there.
Yeah.
Episode 40 of the Ring Fanatics Podcast. Nick, as always, with me is Joel, and we'll see you guys next time.
Catch ya.